What is going on, guys? My name is Atlantis and welcome back to Ice and Fire. Now, today's video, we're starting on a couch next to our fire with our dragon egg. Now, my plan for this video involved amphitheres and dragons from another mod that I installed, and then killing some dragons. We've completed 2 of those things already. The amphitheres were questionable. Now, I'll get into all that here soon, but basically what happened with all of that recording that I did is I was very tired, and it was not good. My dialogue was not great. It dragged on in places. It wasn't good. It wasn't up to standard. However, I didn't make a backup of the world beforehand, so I couldn't just undo everything I had done and, record when I had slept. So I am doing it this way. So the plan for the first half of this episode, still haven't learned how to talk, is to basically voice over some of the clips from that are important. So let's get right into that, shall we? But first, look at my skin. I'm happy about it. Kinda. I'm happy about the face. The neck is questionable. I need to redo the neck and the clothes maybe. Everything from the neck down I might redo. But I like the face. I think the face is nice. This is the face I want. I like it. Anyway, let's get into the voiceover section of things, shall we? So originally my plan for this episode was, let's tame some amphitheres and maybe remake the amphitheatre tree, maybe redo some of that stuff we haven't done in a long time. However, the taming went fine. So you can see, taming, it goes fine. Nothing bad here except for the fact that there's a lightning dragon nearby. But hey, tame done, jungle flyers achieved, we've done the thing. However, you can see right from the start, the flying is a bit stuttery. And this is the biggest thing that made me want to not do the thing with the amphitheres. We're gonna do stuff with them eventually, but it's the biggest thing that made me change my mind. Now, this is the second one. I wanted to tame 2, so we had 2, and we could, give it a friend. Why make it sit all by itself when we can have a friend? So, I finished taming this one, and then I decided, okay, let's fly it back home. Well, you can see, again, how laggy this is, and this is the issue. That second one was following me, but I think I had to turn around maybe 5 or 6 times so that I wouldn't lose it, because it kept getting stuck and just not following me. And I think it took maybe half an hour for me to get home. I don't know, it was pain. And that jungle's maybe 1,500 blocks away. It should not take that long. Anyway, so that was my original plan, but that didn't quite work out. So I decided, hey, let's go do something else, shall we? Let's go tame ourselves a dragon from the Isle of Berk mod. Now, that's a new mod that I added. I played around with it in creative mode, and I thought it was really fun, and I really liked, specifically the flying animations. I really liked how they looked. So I got on Cinder, and I headed in that general direction, because I knew there was some mountains and such in that way, and I was after a very particular kind of dragon. I wanted to tame a Skrill. However, I ended up not taming a Skrill, I tamed something else, because I found it, and after looking around for a bit, I couldn't find what I was after, so I took that, and I must say, it was a good turn of events. I like what I've got. But I picked up some fish along the way, because I need fish to tame it either way. The Skrill, you have to damage it a bunch and get its health down, but you need fish to tame it. So after I got my fish, got back on Cinder, kept flying, and at this point, I flew over a hill that had a dragon lair in it, and if you look kind of off to the right there, I hope this is synced up with the video how I planned it to be. Yeah, zoomed in on it. There's another one. There's 2. I found 2 on the way there. So, we'll get to those later. But after finding them, I kept flying. Eventually I made it to the mountains I was looking for. More laggy flying. I hate how laggy it is. Maybe if I upgrade my PC it'll be less laggy, but until then, I'm stuck. So, right there, right off to the right of the dragon where I'm zoomed in at, that's my new friend. I looked around a little bit after I found that one, but I couldn't find anything else in those mountains, so I figured, hey, why not? If this is what the game wants, who am I to deny such a glorious gift thrown right in my face? But that's how that happened. So then came the taming part. So in order to tame the Nightfuries in this mod, you need to give yourself night vision. So I threw together a quick night vision spell, and I went to do the taming thing. I originally almost died because the other thing I forgot, you have to take your armor off too. So that was a thing I almost died to, and then I got stuck in some snow. So this was going about as well as it usually does. But after I dug myself out of the snow, ate some food, and I went over to the Nightfury, I was finally able to start feeding it fish. Now, I almost ran out of fish while I was doing this, actually. But I did have enough. I think I had like 6 left, maybe. But after feeding it about half, I think that's half of my fish. I don't remember how many I started with. I think maybe like 10 or 12 fish. I don't know. You guys saw the starting number. I wasn't paying attention, and my night vision began to run out. And then it runs out. And the Nightfury almost kills me. So that was another event on our taming mission that, again, not unusual. This is a normal thing that occurs in my life these days. And then they spawned. They just kind of hung out for the whole time. They just kind of watched. But then finally, I was able to tame the thing. So this has another taming section thing to it. It gets the sparkles, and then you can ride it. And then it kind of jumps around a little bit. And then eventually... Come on. It's almost there. Any day now. There it is. I tamed it. I got it. And then I flew up into the air, but immediately went back down, because if you don't have a saddle, you can fall off. And just look how smooth the flying is. I love it. It's not laggy either, which is the best part. It's my favorite thing. I think a chicken just died. Oh dear. Anyway. But the flying on the Nightfury is probably my favorite thing. Or maybe not even just the Nightfury. It's like all the dragons in this mod. But anyway, after I tamed it, I wanted to see how durable it was. So I figured, hey, let's fight this ice dragon that's hanging out right here. And I was impressed. Like, this is stronger than it looks. And I've come to realize, after playing with it a bit more, the only real danger to this thing when it comes to dying is if it gets... Okay, so if it's fighting one of the stage 4 or 5 dragons, obviously they do big damage with, like, their bite and such. My throat's starting to hurt. But that's one of the biggest things. So right here. This is another thing. It got frozen, and I almost died. I thought that was it. I thought I was either gonna die or I was gonna lose my Nightfury. But no, it killed the dragon. And then it kept blowing up the terrain. Like, it was angry. But I was surprised by that. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna have to walk back. I thought that was it. But nah. It killed the ice dragon, and then it could... Yeah, there it goes. It was angry, and it continued to blow up the surrounding terrain. But, all things considered, that went better than some of my attempts at taming ice and fire dragons, so I mean... that's a win, I suppose. So, after taming the Nightfury, it was time to fly back home, and my god, I love the flying. It is a little laggy at times because it can outrun the chunks, but that's okay. It's not like the ice and fire stuff that jitters and all that. You guys saw it. I don't like it. It's a good mod, but please, the performance. Okay, here we are. We are at the caves where I found the dragon layers, so this is the part where we get to kill them. So after I landed and such, I dug some holes into the dragon layers, and they were both female. So the first one was a stage 5 red female, and the second one was stage 4, and it was a bronze female. I think they were stage 4 and 5, who knows, they could have been big versions or small versions. Either way, but they were both female. And I didn't really want to get 2 more eggs, so for the bronze one, I did my thing. I dug a hole, I shot it with the magic missile until it died, and then when it was dead, I went down there and, well, when it died, I went up to the surface first, and I made myself some glass bottles, and I got blood from it instead of an egg or scales or anything like that. And with the red one, it was a lot more tricky than the bronze one. It nearly killed me. So I put down a puddle of water. I did that for the bronze one too, but you guys saw it probably. But for the bronze one, not the bronze one, the red one, I put down a puddle of water, because my god, I needed it. My throat hurts and I cannot talk anymore. This is killing me. But we can do this. I can do this. It's almost done. Put down water, stood there, tried shooting it from that position. I nearly died right there. But I didn't die. I kind of just hung out in that hole for a little bit until it calmed down and I got my health back. And then once I was done hiding in a hole like a coward, I decided since it was flying, I would just try from the top. And after poking a few holes and seeing where I could shoot it from, I finally was able to shoot it, and I finally managed to kill it. Eventually. I'll kill it eventually. We're getting there. I am not timed very well with these clips. I'm recording this just kind of on the fly. I think it's dead. Is it dead now? I hope it's dead. Yes, it's dead. There we go. It died. Finally. Okay. Then I looted it, and we got our little bronze egg, which is the one sitting right here in front of our face. My throat hurts. I really need to drink water when I do this, but my god, my throat hurts. I hate it. Anyway, once we got done looting the dragons, we got back on our Nightfury, and we flew off into the night. And we headed home. So, there, that's the story. Nothing else happened on the way home. We got home, we landed in our cave, we got shot by a skeleton, we parked, and we called it a night. So there, that's an update on everything that has happened. So, let's head outside. Let's put my armor back on first before I get killed by something. Let's head outside. Also, this stick, the important stick, I think I've lost my stick about 5 or 6 times now. You need a stick to make the ice and fire dragons sit down. Also, if you're wondering where the amphitheres were, don't worry about it. They are on a magical adventure in a magical land. They're off on a happy adventure. We don't need to talk about them. I'm going to pretend they never happened. But here's our Nightfury. Look at it. I don't know. We haven't decided if it's a girl or a boy yet. But oh, that's another thing. I like how like streamlined the following is. Look at this. Like in this mod, I like it. Like they're both really good mods, and I hate making comparisons, but like, look how nice that looks. Anyway, let's get you down here. Come down. You're tall. Okay, cool. But we haven't decided if it's a boy or a girl yet. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? We'll see. We also need a name for it. So my plan with this episode, we're not going to have the name in the next episode because maybe we will. If everything goes to plan, we won't. Because my plan with this, we're going to make this episode. And then I'm going to record an episode for a new series I want to do, and I'll explain more about that later. And then I'm going to record the next episode of this, before you guys ever even see this episode, if everything goes according to plan. So, that's how this is going to go. Heh, my throat. It's killing me. But, let me know what you guys want to name our dragon. In the... not the next episode, but the next episode after that is when we'll finally have decided on the name for this. So, you've got 2 episodes to come up with a name. Anyway, let's go fly around a little bit, because this is fun. I like it. I love how this feels. And the best part is, you can dive into the water. It's nice. I like it. I really like this mod. And there's a lot of dragons in it as well. There's a lot of dragons, and they all have really unique ways of taming them. They're all... okay. They're unique, but also kind of the same. Like, I mentioned the skrill, where you have to, like, beat it up a bunch and then feed it. With these ones, you have to, like, give yourself night vision and feed it some fish. With the other dragons, it's just a matter of what effect you have and what food you're feeding it. Except for... there's another one. I forget the name. It's got, like, 3 stinger tail thingies. But you beat it up and then you feed it some, I think, fish. Not sure. Look at that! Oh, it's so pretty. There's a lot of skins. This mod is really cool. We're gonna end up taming one of each eventually, but it's nice. But this dragon is potentially my new favorite, mainly because it's easier to travel around on. Cinder is lovely, and we will definitely be doing more with her, but for now, this is my new favorite because of how easy it is to travel. And the best part, I can fly into caves as well. And even better, this thing... it does a lot of damage. Like, I feel safe. I can still get hit, but I feel safe. Also, this is not a project for this episode because we've already done 2 of them. Sit you down. But you see, I have a story to tell. So, this bit here, this exploded bit. What happened with this was there was a sea serpent here. I was flying around on that, and I saw the sea serpent, and it's like, hey, let's see if it can kill a sea serpent. It one-shot the thing, and blew this whole thing up in the process. And while I was attempting to put some of the blocks back, I got an effect. A very specific effect. The weakness effect. Why did I open that? The weakness effect. And that means there is a dragon lair nearby. And so I figured, hey, let's look around in some of these... where is... ah, there it is. Let's look around in some of these underground things, shall we? So, down, down, down we go. Into the underwater cave. Down this way. At least I think it's this way. Maybe it's this way. I hope it's this way. Is it this way? It was not that way. That was not the right one. There are several caves around here, and I forgot which one it is. Maybe it's really further this way. Yeah, it's further this way. It's this one. It's definitely this one. It's gotta be this one. I know it's this one. Has to be. Yes? This one? This one? It's definitely this one. It's not this one. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. This one, for sure. I know it's this one. It is this one. It's not this one. I will find it. I know it's here. I have the coordinates if I really need it, but I know it's here. See? I knew it. I know there's... see, you heard it. There, it made noise. I'm not... see, I'm not lying. There is something here. Aha, it's this one. I know it's this one. Oh god. Don't jump button. See? It's there. It's flying around. I knew it. See? 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 I knew it. I wasn't wrong. I knew it. I knew I wasn't going crazy. There it is! It's right through the wall. I knew I saw something. Anyway. This is a terrible idea. You know, I have too many levels to be attempting this sort of stupidity. No. No. No, 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 no. I don't care what gender it is. I will find out eventually. But until then, it can just hang out there and fly into the ceiling. Let's head up this way. So that is a project for not today, but it's right under there. Anyway, let's head back to our boy over here. Or girl, who knows. And let's go. Up we get. So, that's a little story of how that hole got there, and how I found that one. So, let's head back to our home, and let's get on with what we're actually doing in today's episode in terms of building. I figured we need to build our new dragon here a home. So, that's today's project. Now, one thing about the episodes from here on out, I don't know if we're gonna try to do really big projects during, like, individual episodes, like that cave. It wasn't... If I didn't have the magic mod, it would have taken me longer than it did, but it was still a bigger project. Now, I don't know if I can really class this as a big project. It is just a hole in the ground, but I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to burn myself out again, so I don't want to do too much per episode. So I think we're just going to turn this particular section right here into a roost/house thing for our Nightfury, and maybe add some stairs going out of the thing. So stairs coming up from there, house roost thing there, cover that up maybe, and go out that way. And I think that'll cut it for this episode. We still need to do something here, but that is not a project for today. But we will slowly but surely branch out from that section of the valley. Look at this. This is another thing as well. Look at it. Like, it moves. The head moves with you. I like it. I really like this animation. This mod is really well put together, and I love it. But let's go park you. And let's go head back up into our house. Park, please. Let's head back up into our house. Also, one other thing with the other series I plan to make. We're not starting in a cave. I have done that in every single series I have ever done on my channel, except for maybe like two or three. I've started in a cave, and it's nice. Look at this. We've got a really nice cave, but we can do better. We are not cave people. One day you will hatch. But not today. Probably not today. Maybe today. Depends on how long it takes me to build things. Anyway, I'm going to give my throat a break, and I'm going to get started working on our Nightfury roost house thing. So I will see you guys after the time lapse. So hope you enjoy the time lapse, and on to what comes next. I don't know. My throat hurts. Right, so for this build, I didn't really know what I wanted to do at first. I had a general idea, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to execute it, and I wasn't really sure exactly how I was going to take that idea and smush it into the side of the cliff without making it look horrible. But hey, I figured it out, I think. Now, the one thing with this build is that I haven't done building in ages, and it was tricky to do it without testing it in a creative world first, because I didn't do that. I tested maybe like one or two things, and then I just went and started building in here. Usually I will do the whole build in creative first, just to get a general idea, a concept. Like, that's what I did with the cave right below it. I used rolled at it in a creative world to test it and see if I liked the idea, and I liked the idea, so I did it in survival. But with this build, I just sort of started building and kind of just went along with whatever felt right. Now, when I got to the interior, it was a bit questionable. I wasn't quite sure how to make the stables look good and how to make them look cozy, but also fitting for dragons and such, and I might honestly redo them at some point, but we'll see. I think they look okay as they are right now. And I am a wee bit rusty on building, but hey, gotta start somewhere. I need to get back into it. And speaking of building, that ties into something I said earlier in the episode, which I don't remember if I just said a project or if I said another series, but I want to do a vanilla series that focuses mainly on building, and the reason being is when I started doing YouTube, I always pictured myself doing a vanilla series that just kind of went on and on and on. And that's something I'm gonna start working on, I think today after I'm done with this. But it's something I've always wanted to do, and I think it'll be fun. And it's an excuse for me to start learning how to build again, because I haven't done it in a while. But anyway, this is a rather short time lapse, so I'm trying to not talk too much. I probably have already talked too much. But I don't have much to say about it. I did a thing. It is there now. I'll probably redo the terrain on the roof, but I talk about that later. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you shortly. Alright guys, I am back, and look at our little cave, stable, thing, whatever we want to call it. It's a cave, but it's also a stables. I like it. Now, I am a bit rusty on building, and so some of the things were questionable. Like the leaves, I'm not sure how I feel about those. But hey, I need to start somewhere, and I need to relearn how to make things. So it's progress. It's a start. Also, look, he's sleeping. It's so cute. I like it. I like it. I think bits in here need more details, and like I missed that wall with the detailing somehow. I just noticed that. But overall, I think it looks pretty good considering I haven't built in months. And then we've got this outside bit here, which is one of my favorite bits. And then we've got our little stepway down here because we definitely aren't gonna just use the magic book to fly everywhere. We use stairs sometimes around these parts. But the only thing I think that I would really change with it, at least right now, is the terrain bit there, because that looks not great. I think I need to add more height to it, or like build it up a bit. Give it more depth, because right now it feels kind of flat, like it doesn't look natural. But that's a project for not right now. I'll do that later. Probably maybe in my spare time. Maybe in another time lapse. I don't know. We'll see. But another thing that I did add that wasn't on the time lapse was this bit. So when I finished it, I was looking around in here and it just felt empty, and I didn't really know what to do with it, so I added a fire. Now I don't know if I'll keep the fire, but I think it looks kind of nice. It gives it something. It gives it a little something. I don't know what it does, but it does something. But let's just have a look off our cliff here. Look at it. I love it. It's such a nice view. I think next episode we might do something down in that area, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Anyway, let's go over here next to our sleepy Nightfury. Look how cute it is. It's so cute when it sleeps. I love it. It's adorable. But anyway, I think that is going to be it for this episode, guys. So if you enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. If you really enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. And hey, I'm gonna have at least 2 more videos ready before you ever see this one, so there will be more coming out, and again, I'm gonna do my best to not burn myself out again and not just disappear into the void. So we will see. Also, name for our Nightfury back there. Comment down below whatever you want to name the thing, and I will pick one in not the next Ice and Fire episode, but the one after that. That's when you guys will know the name. So yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!